The government is once again breathing down our necks with a new plan to get Canadians to take boosters every 3 months to combat COVID-19 in their words. The Department of Health suggested through its senior advisors said that Canadians should be recommended a vaccine booster every 3 months. National Advisory Committee on Immunization officials said quarterly boosters may be warranted to combat COVID-19. A September 1st summary of the National Advisory Committee on Immunization statement reads, and I quote, that a shorter interval of at least 3 months may be warranted in the context of heightened epidemiological risk as well as operational considerations for the efficient deployment of the COVID-19 vaccination program. Informed consent should include discussion regarding what is known and unknown about the benefits and risks of providing a booster shot. All these people have succeeded in doing is speaking jargon. Jaime hasn't heard that even the CEO of Pfizer caught the virus when his vaccines and boosters were there to save him, or that the President of the United States got COVID even after the boosters he took, or that Trudeau himself caught the virus earlier this year even after he had taken his 4th booster. That whether his own case is true or not is up for questioning because we all know how much Trudeau loves to lie and hide from the public. In seeing all these, the so-called senior health officials are suggesting a shorter time frame for Canadians to take the boosters. What makes this even more interesting is the fact that this statement from the National Advisory Committee on Immunization negates what the Health Minister Jean-Yves Duclos said in relation to COVID-19 boosters a few months ago. Back in the month of June, specifically on the 30th, the Liberal Health Minister said that vaccination in the last 9 months means being up to date with your COVID-19 boosters. He had said then that Canadians needed to be vaccinated every 9 months to be considered up to date on their vaccine boosters. At that time, he said that the previous definitions of the virus were no longer relevant and that since one cannot be fully vaccinated against the coronavirus, a booster shot every 3 months would be paramount and effective in keeping Canadians safe from infection for as long as possible. But here we have people from the Department of Health saying no and making the Liberal Health Minister look like an incompetent fraud. Not that Duclos was ever competent. If you oppose my view, evaluate our healthcare system and the current health crisis that is endangering the lives of the ill, then we can talk. Meanwhile, on Thursday, the health minister came again with one of his analogies. At a press conference that day where health authorities discussed the approval of the bivalent Moderna shot from the fall season, he said that getting boosters was like recharging a phone battery. In his words, vaccine protection is like a phone battery. It needs to be recharged from time to time. Recharging our protection after 6 months is important, otherwise we are left without the power to protect ourselves and our loved ones. Note that in his speech he said 6 months. So is it ego or plain ignorance that is responsible for these people overseeing the health sector to agree on one lie to tell the public? The senior officials at the Department of Health say 3 months for vaccine boosters. Duclos said 9 months for vaccine boosters and is now saying 6 months. He continued by saying that when protection wanes, action is required just like a phone battery. Your phone battery needs to be recharged for your phone to work, to have appropriate power to operate, and for your vaccination protection to be effected. So you recharge your phone battery by plugging it into the electricity. The question on my mind at the point of writing this news is what qualifications does Duclos have that give him the authority to say that taking boosters every 6 or 9 months would save Canadians from being infected? Does he think that because he is the country's health minister, he can say whatever he wants and receive backing from the authority of his office? I would like to tell you at this point that Duclos studied at the University of Alberta, where he obtained a degree in economics, after which he moved to the London School of Economics for graduate and doctoral studies in economics. Now, I don't see anything pertaining to health there, do you? And even before he got the exalted position of Minister of Health, everything else he had done had been centered on economics. Before his appointment by Trudeau, he headed the economics department of a university and was president-elect of the Canadian Economics Association. Nothing in his CV qualifies him for the top job in the health sector, but Trudeau, of course, who doesn't heed the voice of reason and common sense, deemed it fit for an economist to head our health sector, and now look at what is happening. We have a politician who is saying that taking boosters within a stipulated number of months would protect us against the virus, like the healthcare professional that he isn't. Duclos also said that Trudeau's government is planning a national campaign to get Canadians to abide by the intermittent booster taking, as experts are supposedly predicting another wave of the virus in the coming days. In his words, you recharge your vaccine protection by taking action and getting a vaccination. So that's going to start next week. This is obviously a national campaign. Meanwhile, Health Canada has gone on to approve the use of a novel Moderna vaccine which contains half the dose of the original shot with some modifications meant to protect against the BA.1 Omicron variant. The vaccine is currently authorized only for people over the age of 18. In a press release, Health Canada gushed over the new vaccine where it said, and I quote, "This is the first bivalent COVID-19 vaccine authorized in Canada and marks a milestone in Canada's response to COVID-19. After a thorough and independent scientific review of the evidence, Health Canada has determined that the bivalent Moderna Spikevax booster is safe and effective." What are your thoughts on the proposition by the Department of Health that says Canadians need to take boosters every 3 months? Do you think there's more to the disparity between what the health minister has said about taking boosters and what the senior officials at the Department of Health has said? Please leave your answers to these in the comments section down below. We would love to know what you think. Also, we created a Telegram group where you can speak whatever you have in your mind concerning current happenings in Canada without fear of being censored. The link to the group is in the description. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Turn on post notifications too so you don't miss out on any of our videos. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.